Welcome to the I Can't Believe You Asked That podcast, the show where the impossible becomes possible through the magic of would you rather and mind-bending hypotheticals. Join us as we dive into the realms of imagination, challenging each other with questions that'll make you ponder, laugh, and maybe question your own sanity. Join Paul, Alex, and Kelly and buckle up for a journey into the fantastical and the absurd. Because here, there are no wrong answers, just horrendous questions.
It says it's bad boy, and he really likes it.
It's bad boy. It is bad boy. I give you that.
Bad boy. It is. Who is it? What is it? Where is it? It's here, right now. The I Can't Believe You Asked That podcast.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a podcast. I wondered so where you were going with all that. It's just like,
I thought you just lost it for a minute.
it's the week when you have Luke in the background, like I don't know, with like a fishing rod dropping things down onto the screen or something.
That could work. We could do like a UFO themed opening.
We absolutely could.
Paul's budget stretches to allowing us to go.
It doesn't stretch. I'll tell you right now, it doesn't stretch.
Whatever you've got in your
show you
house.
the mystery.
Use. Shall we ask a question?
Pablo.
How much to always use the C word when greeting people?
I feel like I could get away with that if I was Australian.
The C word that rhymes with like
Blunt.
punt,
James Blunt.
or going
Yeah.
punt,
James
blunt, going on a hunt, right?
Yeah.
Surely no money in the world.
Well, really?
What if you did it in an accent that made it like less offensive? Like, g'day.
I could get away with it with you guys, right? But I definitely couldn't get away with it in like a business setting. Imagine me turning up to my next governor's meeting and saying, "All right, C's, no chance, absolutely no chance."
Or when you're helping with your kids' football team. Come on, cunts!
That's not a greeting. That
Well,
doesn't
it is
count.
at the beginning when he's calling them over. Over here, cunts!
But hold on. So because obviously you don't have to use someone's name when you say hello to someone, but are you now mandating that like you would have to be like, "Hello, Paul, you blank"?
No, just whatever. Whenever you say hello to someone, cunt's got to be there.
Oh my God! Why?
You could just say, "Hey,
I'm not even comfortable with how
oh my
much
God,
you
I
two
don't
are
like
both saying it.
Yeah, I know. I want to say it a second time.
I'm not. I refuse
See, I can
to
say it in
it.
an Australian accent, which is terrible accent, but I can't like saying it as me is. It doesn't sound right.
Has too much shock value. Is it America where it's seen as like a term of endearment? Isn't there a certain country?
Isn't it Australia? They use it a lot, don't they?
Is it Australia? Is it?
I don't think it's a term of endearment anywhere.
No, but they use it probably more openly and freely, I would imagine. I don't think people are best pleased all the time. They've still got use in Australia, you know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh my God, you called me a C word."
I think, well, okay, rather than no money, it would need to be absolutely, I don't ever need to work, I don't need to see lots of people, so, mind you, no, even, I was about to say like 100 million, okay, but you imagine going to the airline. Imagine going to the airline for like your flight to, ironically, Australia or something, and you have to greet the air hostesses by calling them that. It's not happening, is it? I couldn't.
After a while, you'd get so used to it, and then people would be so surprised that you're doing it that the first time they'd go, "You didn't just call me that," and you wouldn't follow it back up. That'd be it. You've said it the once, and that's it.
Think about it practically. Amazon delivery man turns up at the door.
Yeah.
You thank him for bringing his parcel by calling him that.
Cheers, cunt. That's all right.
Right. You go to a kid's party. You go to a kid's party.
I wouldn't
you
go
greet
to
the
kids'
other
parties.
parents.
I'd say, "Sam, I've earned a lot of money from this. You are going to all the parties from now on." Why? Because I have to call people a cunt.
Not practical, is it? Not practical.
I'd have to change my job. That's the one. I'd have to have enough money where I don't need a job.
Right, so I go to
£1 million?
a football match with my kids, right? I go to the football match that I usually take them to, and I have to greet. I go into a stand of several thousand people, and I'd probably say hello to a good 20 people, right, each time. I have to call every single one of them that every time.
At a
I
football
start a
stadium,
riot.
to football fans, and none of them would care. They'd love it.
Of course they would.
No.
Start a riot. No way. No
Start
way
a
am I doing it.
riot.
No money. No money.
For the C word. I reckon £1 million I'd do it.
All right, you two ballsy. What are you paying then?
No, I didn't know. I didn't say I was going to do it. I said if I could do it in an accent.
No, I want you to get the same grief, Kelly, that I've just got, because apparently it's ludicrous me pointing out the impracticalities of it.
Ludicrous wouldn't mind you calling him that. I bet you'd be like, oh, cheers, mate.
Okay, what's your number then, Paul?
£1 million, I reckon I'd do it.
£1 million.
I wouldn't have to work again with £1 million.
You
The odd
would.
people that I'd see.
At your age, you would. You'd have to work again for £1 million.
No, not for.
Yeah.
I'd be
£1
alright.
million
Right.
doesn't. I don't think that stretches a long way. Not in this current
Didn't
climate.
I tell you about the guy that won £1 million in at my workplace? And
No.
he's
Son?
about our age, I think.
Alright.
And one of the pieces of advice when they send around the financial advisor was that if you literally don't spend a penny and you put it in whatever bonds or current bank account, they said it would pay him out for the rest of his career. I think it was 35 grand a year for the rest of his career, and they do that
So
as
what
well.
happens
But
when he
obviously
retires?
no one. Well, exactly. Well, or maybe for the rest of his life. I don't know. I didn't study the maths.
Yeah, I don't
obviously
think £1 million
equally.
is a lot. Like, I'm not saying I would say
Not at our
no to
age.
£1 million at any.
Of course
at
not.
any
But
rate,
at our age.
Yeah, I
Alright,
just.
£2 million. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? First million
I
takes
don't
me.
know. I'd rather like.
I ain't using that word for
Yeah.
£2 million to every
I didn't
single
like
person
saying
I
it that
meet.
second time. And I like people. Like, I like to have a chit chat on the bus. Imagine
Yeah.
going up to a nice old lady and be like, oh, no, I
Oh
couldn't.
my God!
She
Imagine if that.
wouldn't. She wouldn't hear you, and then you just don't correct yourself after.
What? Because all old people are deaf.
Majority.
Stereotypes.
Just say quietly.
Look at this.
So you can never go in a charity
Hi,
shop.
cunt. Excuse me, love. Oh, sorry,
See-
it's alright, love. You alright? How are you doing?
Go and see a little old lady who's volunteering at the British Heart Foundation. You call into that? No chance.
I just-
Jesus, no.
Oh no, I can't go to the British Heart Foundation anymore.
I love
Yeah,
a
okay,
charity
you can
shop, so this
You'd
Well,
never
yeah.
be
me
able to go to the
hard.
church, would you? You couldn't go. You couldn't get your kids christened.
How often does Paul go to
I'm
church?
not having any more. I'm not having any more
Well,
kids. That's
I
fine.
feel like
Burst
Paul
flames,
would,
wouldn't he?
yeah, I was literally about to say, just fire and smoke.
Hey,
You're
not
the
my fault I
one
love
willing
money.
to call everyone the C word, going up to the priest.
I don't-
Morning, you.
I don't think the C word is that bad.
I suppose we
personally.
give words power, don't we? And I think it's our own perspective on that particular word. And for me,
I
I
felt like I needed to say hallelujah there. You went very American.
did I
We
really?
give words power.
We do give words power. That's what power is. Power's a thing, isn't it? You give it and you take it, and that's what we give words. But would you like my statifax? Statifax?
Yeah,
My
go on then.
sexy
You got a
stats?
stat.
My
You got a
flirty
stat on the C
facts?
word.
No, not really.
Oh.
But I can tell you that along with the C word, the F word and mother effer are considered the strongest, most offensive words offensive swear words in the English language, according to Digital Spy. Americans find the C word absolutely just inappropriate, like no go.
Oh, so I got it the wrong way round.
Yeah, so Americans
Right.
would never use it. Whereas, according to BuzzFeed,
Reliable source.
there we go, yeah. It's used very commonly in Australia. It's like,
Yeah.
Do you know what's bizarre with what you've said though? I think I'd have more chance of saying motherfucker to people. Like, all right, motherfucker.
yeah, but
I think
again,
you can
it's
get
the
away
way
with that
you're
more
saying it.
than the other one.
Imagine
again,
having
I
to go
actually-
into an interview and being like, "Good afternoon, motherfucker. If you'd
Yeah,
like
well,
to take a
no.
seat."
Again, it needs to be money that I'd never work again. But for whatever
You get
reason,
fired.
I'm
You
imagining.
wouldn't work again.
Well, for some reason, the scenario I've got is like going for like a flight. Going to a flight, so just like doing a nice thing where I want to spend my money and going to the air hostess and like, all right, motherfucker, where are you flying me to today?
If you go
Just
to
have to do
someone,
it like that.
if you go to someone and say motherfucker, they know what you said. If you say cunt, they will doubt themselves and go, wait a minute, what have you just said? And that's what I'm relying on. I'd say it so confidently, cheers, cunt, and then you know what I mean.
I think it's
They'd go,
clear
"Wait, what?
you don't
Excuse me?"
mind saying that word, but I just
yeah.
think you use
have
it
said
far
it.
too much, and I'm not happy about it.
Can I tell you
But you're
something
gonna
that I
get-
know that people used to do at the cinema as like a little... I know that we worked at
Yes.
the cinema together, and you probably
Yeah.
know this. So if people would leave screens, people were like, jizz, jizz, and say jizz instead of cheers. But say it really quickly.
What?
Didn't
Members
know
of the
that.
public would.
No, people who worked there wouldn't. It'd be like, you'd imagine...
Oh. Oh
People would be
wow!
like, jizz.
How bored have you got to be to get the little win of saying jizz rather than cheers? Oh my god!
And you say it in a way that you're saying cheers anyway. So
Small
it's like,
mercy,
oh, thank you.
small pleasures. Oh my
It
god!
wasn't me. I'd just like to take
Okay,
Yeah,
it.
it
I'm not
was
doing
you.
it, Paul.
It was you.
That's my final answer. I'm not doing it.
Not doing it.
Not
£2
doing
million.
it. Yeah, not doing it. £2 million. I don't even think that's enough. But you know what? You set
No, you're
that
fool.
for yourself.
It would be. Yeah, it'd be fine. My podcast
Imagine
would
greeting
take
a
off
police
anyway.
officer. Imagine
You get
greeting a
pulled
police
over.
officer.
Hey up.
Again, I think his initial reaction would be, "What did you just call me? Oh, well, sorry, mate. Sorry, you're all right. That's it. Done.
Yeah, because
I've
you're
done
not
my
greeting.
greeting.
Yeah.
I've already greeted him.
What
it's fine,
happens
it's
if he
done.
goes away and then comes back?
You've already greeted him. It's
Okay,
fine.
so this isn't like a weird universe where every time you see someone, it's a brand new
No.
greeting. Okay.
Ah,
I think the
you're a
only
cunt again.
scenario in which I could do it is if, which is really bad to exploit a real illness, but I'd make a fake card that says something like, "I'm really sorry,
You've
I
got
have
Tourette's.
a rare sort of Tourette's where I have to call everyone this," and I'd have that on like a lanyard.
Well, there you go. £2
Although I
million
suppose I could
to
tell
wear that
them.
lanyard. £2 million. There you go. Get a specific job where it doesn't make a difference what you say to people.
I don't think,
Could you
no.
just not opt to
100
speak?
mil.
Well, yeah,
100
yes, you
mil
could.
and be mute for the rest of it.
No,
No,
because you
no,
have to
no
actually
money.
say it
It's
to get the
totally
cash.
impractical.
Yeah.
No, you could
totally
choose
impractical.
never to speak again, but then obviously, if someone comes up to you and starts trying to talk to you, you can't talk to them. And the longer that you're quiet, and then all of a sudden go, "Hi, cunt," and they'll be like, "What?" It'll be worse, much, much worse than just getting it out there quickly and carry
Well,
on
this
talking.
is it. So you can't go to the supermarket without insulting someone. You can't get a Tesco delivery without receiving it and insulting
I
someone.
love where your
It's just-
priorities lie, Alex. And the funniest thing of it all is you're going on about the airport like this is the only place that exists for the guy who said they would never use transport again because they have to wear shorts and a t-shirt.
No, I was just thinking, like, that's my go-to about how would I spend this 100 million. I'd want to go and travel. But if going and travelling meant I had to insult every air stewardess, pilot, whatever, hotelier, that's awful, isn't it?
You
do
just,
you know
you just
the
don't
kind
end
of
on that word. You say it and then carry on.
just run over it?
Just
run
keep
over
going.
it.
And then they'll be like, what was that bit of word that he said in?
Or
What was that?
sneeze over it. You do a well weird sneeze, Alex. So
He
anybody.
does. He sounds like a duck. He sounds like a duck. Someone shine the sun in his eyes and he will sneeze and then
That
we'll
was
all
not
get
a
it on the
duck.
podcast. That was not. I don't know
Yeah.
what that was.
I was like,
Really?
no.
I wonder how creative you could get at, like, disguising it, turning that word into something else.
Well, look at what we did with Cheers. So,
Yes.
the world's your oyster,
Cheers.
buddy.
Hi, nice country you've got going on here.
That doesn't count.
Does
That's
it
just
not?
terrible. No.
Well,
Oh.
that was
Country?
a good country. Quantox?
Made up words?
No, the
Now
Quantox is a
just think
place,
you-
isn't it?
The Quantox?
Yeah. But the
Not the Cuntox.
I just don't know how to pronounce it.
And then we'll ask another question. Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, let's get back to the wheel.
Okay, so
But
no,
Paul, you're an
2
awful,
million.
despicable man.
Let's go, yeah.
£2
Paul,
million.
you're going to make
The
no
ease
more
with
friends.
which you said it, yeah,
2
tells
million.
me everything I need to know.
I mean, yeah, Paul will sell his kids for money, I have no doubt.
He would. His kids and his kids' kidneys. Yeah.
All in one go.
Who's it gonna be?
Will it be me eventually?
Horrible question, so it has
You
to be
can
Paul.
have one superpower of your choice, but it makes a family member a cripple. Would you do it?
No. No.
Paul, your mind.
Oh,
It's awful.
wait. Do I have the power to heal any ailment? Can I choose that? Override the crippabilities.
No. You can't override
The what?
price
The
you
what?
have to
Sorry,
pay.
the what ability? Sorry, what?
The crippabilities.
The what ability? The cripabilities.
The abilities that have crippled
Is-
said individual. The cripabilities.
Is that a word?
I've just
Are we going
coined
with
it.
cripability?
Cripabilities.
So you want to take a superpower?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think you could.
No.
Make someone a cripple just for your own benefit. Paul, you're an evil
Paul's
man.
thinking about it. My question is, what
course he is.
superpower is worth it?
Yeah.
Flying's
go on then,
pretty
Paul.
cool.
Flying! Oh my god.
Turning invisible, that's pretty badass, it is. Control time.
They are cool. They are. And I'm not saying I wouldn't want it, but I definitely wouldn't do it.
And I just mean like cripple as in they're in a wheelchair, can't get up, they're alright. They can live a life just in a wheelchair.
As
No, you
opposed
can't take
to-
somebody's
I didn't want you to think
mobility.
they're really severe, like properly can't move neck or anything like that. They're in the chair,
What?
they can't get up.
I don't know how you're justifying this to yourself. Like, well, it's all right. They're only in a wheelchair. It's fine.
Yeah, it's mild cripability or whatever you rephrased
I
it.
love it.
I'll be like,
I love it.
come here, Pops, let me just pick you up and I'll fly you around in your chair.
Are you going to
It's
make your
fun.
dad a cripple? Just when you said pops, I feel like
think
you
that's what he
picked
just
the
said.
person
That is
to do
definitely
it.
what he just said.
He'll be alright with it. He'd like to sit down anyway, so I'm doing him the favour.
Imagine if
Can
you
I
didn't get
just-
to choose who.
Sorry, can I interject? I once went to
Go on,
uni
Kel.
with, and I'm not going to name any names, but with a very.
Are they not going to know who they are
I don't.
by this story?
Well, if they remember, but
Okay,
I'm not naming
I'm
any
excited.
names. So we're with the lecturer. We're going down to this lecture hall to go to a guest speaker, and everyone's in the lift, and the lift stops, and it's not funny. And there's this woman in a wheelchair, and this girl just presses the close button, goes, "It's all right. She sat down anyway." How awful! That actually
No.
happened. That actually
Oh,
happened. And I
no.
just remember feeling like I wanted the ground to swallow me up. And I was just, she just,
Oh, dear.
doors opened on one floor and just went close. And then she sat down anyway. No, it was awful. It was awful. But yeah, sorry. There we go. I digress.
No, it's a good story.
Paul, just to be horrible about it, right? What if you didn't get to choose a family member and it did it to one of your kids? There is no superpower in the world.
If I
you'd do
couldn't
that.
choose, then no, I wouldn't do it.
I
If I
don't
could
know what's
choose,
worse. They
then no, yeah.
that you would want to do this to.
no,
Well,
it'd be
he's
fine.
just said he's going to do it to his dad. He's like, his best years are behind him. Just
think it'd be-
He
compound
likes
it.
it in town anyway.
You will be your dad's age one day, you know, Paul.
It would be one of the parents or uncles.
You just say it with such ease.
Yeah,
With such ease.
Wow.
Alex,
You will
mean-
be their age once at
Well,
some
Mum-
point, you know.
My mum has arthritis. She uses a stick anyway. It'll be an excuse. There you go. You can sit down now. It's
practically
fine.
crippled.
I
So
can
you'll make
fly.
it even worse.
I can fly. You get to sit down. Win-win.
Can I
We're
ask,
all
you know this
winning here,
power
Rob.
of flying,
really rubbing it in the face?
isn't it just, yeah, not only can I walk, I can also fly.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
watch
can
this
fly.
I'll go invisible instead then. It's
Okay.
fine. Either one. I'm happy with
And
either.
what will you use your invisibility for?
I don't know.
So you've not even thought it through.
Only bad things come to my mind when I'm thinking of going invisible, so I won't make it worse for myself. I probably wouldn't go invisible. I'd probably use flying. Flying's cool, isn't it?
I have always wanted to be able to freeze time and still be able to move around, but
There
not
you
at
go.
the price of crippling someone.
All you got to do is put your sister in a wheelchair, and then you can do that.
Can we talk
Look at his
about...
grin. Look at his grin. He thought about it for a second. He went, "Wait a minute. There's an option here."
No,
Can we just-
can't do it.
Just, Alex, did you choose Stop in Time because you created Bernard's Watch? Like, has it been
Yes,
a
I did.
lifelong thing for you?
And those bastards stole it from me.
Did steal your
I'm
idea?
still so bitter about that. That is outrageous.
What's this?
Do you not know
You
that
know-
Alex
you
created
must know
the
the
TV
story.
show Bernard's Watch? She created the storyline for it.
I genuinely did, and do you know what? I would pass a lie detector test about this. People say that I've made this up. This is as God's honest truth, right? Central Television used to be based in Nottingham, and they came to my school when I was in year 6 and did a short story writing competition and said that the best stories would be put forward and commissioned for a TV show, right? For a kids' TV show. I wrote a whole story about a kid who had a pocket watch. Every time he clicked it, he froze time and he could still move around.
Yeah.
And I didn't win the short story competition. Some girl called Alexandra did about some ghosts a Roman ghost that all you could see was its plimsolls toddling around. And yet I did the amazing concept of Bernard's watch. And lo and behold, like a year later, Bernard's watch is on telly. Some jackass has like written books about it and all sorts. Like, as in, he's brought out the Bernard's watch book series, and it's my goddamn idea, and it still irks
Did you
me,
call it
as you
Bernard's
can
watch?
tell.
Alex's
I can't.
watch.
No, I genuinely, I can't claim. I can't remember the name, but that was 1,000,000% my concept, which I put forward to Central Studios, the bastards, and they nicked a what would I have been a 10-year-old's ideas, maybe 11-year-old,
How dare.
screwed me out of that.
If
Can
it
I
makes you
ask
feel
Alex,
better.
would you greet the Central Television folks with the C word?
Oh, damn right, I
Still
would. I would use it happily.
He wouldn't.
And it's got great alliteration as well.
If it makes you feel better, Alex, I came up with the Life of Pablo first, and then Kanye stole it from me.
We've all been wrong.
And it makes no sense for him
You've
having
all
it.
been wrong.
Made all the sense for me having it. Prick.
Bernard's watch. What a concept, though. But even then, I couldn't cripple someone for it, Paul. So you're evil. The answer is no.
Yes, I could do it.
You haven't even come up with a good superpower.
Would you like to know what the
Flying?
most popular, or as Google tells me, what the best superpower would be to have and why is?
Please stat attack
It's got to
me.
be
Okay.
flying or invisibility.
It's neither of those. Alex, do you want to take a guess?
Superpower.
Think of its
Being
applications.
telepathy.
No, so
Telepathy.
it's super speed.
Oh wow! The Flash.
Well, not only could it help you bad situations, you can get places more quickly, obviously, but if you can travel fast enough, you can travel through time, and you can alter and change time with it as well. Because you just have to move at a certain speed.
I'd just be flying with the birds, having a lovely time.
Laughing
Hi,
at your
Mom.
mother, who's now a cripple.
Is it worth it?
How's
Paul?
the wheelchair?
Is it worth it? You could put
What,
two.
do you want me to pick? I can't pick you up. I haven't got super strength. I only asked for the one power. Sorry. You're still gonna have to roll along. I'm sorry.
You are a terrible human being.
Yeah.
No, you
I
two
question why we're
just-
friends in these very
Yes.
moments.
Yeah, I do as well. I do as well.
Shall we ask the last question?
Yes, let's do
And
it.
your mum is 100. I want to know in a future episode how your mum reacted to the news that you've just so readily crippled her.
I want to react to how she learned how to load a podcast. That'll be the first reaction that we'll be seeing.
Go on, one last one. Would you rather every fart be super loud but no smell, or always be silent but the worst smell in the world?
You just need to do a toot and scoot.
What's a toot and scoot?
You do it, you drop one and you just walk away. Nobody ever knows it's you. Somebody else gets the blame.
Yeah, but-
A toot and
Yeah,
scoot.
but I think they'd clock if it was the worst smell in the world and it kept happening around you. But you've got to go for the smell, haven't you? You can't audibly do a deafening, rip-roaring fart every single time.
Can you make the noise, the fart noise, as loud as it's going to be, please? Just so I know. For my
No,
decision.
because you know a fart and you know what loud is.
I need that. I might know.
You
Some
just
pub-
want me to
some person
blow a
listening.
big raspberry.
Some person listening might go, but how loud? How loud? How loud is loud? How
I don't
loud
know.
is loud?
What? Okay, so at least this. Hold on, let me try and
We're gonna
blow her off right here.
do an armpit trunk. That's
That
not
long?
At least that loud.
That's not that bad.
That long?
Yeah,
And then no smell?
no smell.
Ever?
Never.
I think I picked that.
No.
Was you?
Yeah.
So you're in a customer's house, right, doing your job,
Yeah.
and you're just letting them rip like that.
Well,
But that's
I can
only
still
if you
control
need
when
to
I fart, right?
I was going to say, like, it's not just happening
Oh, yeah, this
more
is true.
often.
So I can still go outside, do it in my van, and then go back out in, yeah?
Yeah, but you probably do it. Well, I suppose it comes down to how often you do it in public, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I just make sure
Yeah,
I've
this is
ran away.
true.
And then that one person that hears me will probably just go, ha! And then that'll be it. Where, rather than the alternate, where you're in a room, you do it silently, and everyone goes, oh my god!
But that is a funny reaction, though, when you see that happening. Like,
And then you've got to pretend it's not you. Oh, yeah.
Is that-
I mean, I'm very open that it's me when I'm in a confined space. I'm like, oh, my
No,
bad.
you've just said toot and scoot.
In a public space, like if I'm in Asda, Luke's like, where you going? I'm like, just scooter, like, let's scooter.
Hold on. Paul's saying all this. When I had to, well, not had to, sorry, it was a pleasure to go and help Paul buy the engagement ring for his now wife. Because Paul gets really nervous at big momentous things and purchases.
Spending
The
money.
smells coming out of this guy were insane. We'd be there in a window looking at rings, and the stench, and I'd turn and was like, yes, it's me. And that was awful. So actually, yeah, I'm going for sound every time.
Yeah, wouldn't you prefer me just gone, and gone, yep, fine.
So have I just learned that Paul's a really nervous farter? Is that when you trump the most?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Alex,
Back
when
A
do you
then I
nervous
was,
pooer
yeah,
and a nervous farter.
It all depends. Yeah, I do like to poo when I'm nervous.
do you
Yeah.
like to, or it's
I don't
just
like
happening?
to. I don't like
I'm really
pooing
enjoying
anywhere but my toilet or comfortable toilets where I know I'm safe. So when I get nervous,
No, I'm safe. No,
when I get nervous and then I know I need a poo, it's a vicious circle. Because I'm like, I've got nowhere to go. I've got nowhere to go
What?
because I won't poo anywhere. I can't just poo in a Weatherspoons. No way.
Oh, okay. What's
'Cause
your
when Paul and I
definition of
got
a
to the last-
dangerous toilet?
Well, we
Dangerous.
got to the last 20 on Hunted, didn't we, to try and get on Hunted? And my whole thing was that we would be off book, we'd be out in the woods, and he'd have to poo in the woods. He was like, "No, I have to find a Tesco and go to the toilet."
So
You can
wait,
poo in the
you
woods.
can poo in a Tesco, but you can't poo in a Weatherspoons.
Well, no, I couldn't. That would be really hard. I'd have to knock on some old Doris's door.
Oh, yeah, he
and
did.
go,
Oh, that
"Excuse
was
me,
it.
Doris,
He was just
can
gonna
I
knock.
use?
Yeah.
Can I use your toilet,
just-
please?"
Knock on doors
After
to
calling her
do
the C
poos.
word, do you think she's going to let you in?
Yeah. All right, can I use your toilet? Excuse me. I need a poo. Lovely lady, can I have a poo, please?
Oh my god.
Just to clarify
But
for
no.
our listeners overseas, that Weatherspoons is a very cheap brand of pub that you can find
Yes, I
everywhere.
don't know what the equivalent is in anywhere else.
I don't think there are. My cousin in Ireland gets well excited when she comes to England because they got a Weatherspoons.
Really?
I think they did open one in Dublin though. So
Going back to farting then, I'm going for the loud sound actually. I've changed my mind.
no smell.
No,
What's the
loud and
point in a
proud.
trump if it's not gonna stink?
No.
Sometimes it's nice to know that left you, like that was in me, like that needed to come out. That was
You know,
like a
Kelly.
demon.
Joe would be the problem as well is because it'd smell so bad, and I'd be so worried about everyone knowing that I made that smell. I'd be so nervous that I'd
You
just
get
keep
nervous
doing
and do it
it
again.
and doing it and doing
Yes.
it. Because I'm like, oh no, someone's going to notice me. It keeps coming.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah.
like, you have a dog, you could be like, oh, Dex, like, mate, just carry your
Why
dog
do you take
everywhere.
Dexter everywhere with
Just
you? Shut
everywhere.
up.
Yeah. He's
He's
my
old. Yeah.
flatulent support animal.
Amy hates it when I break wind anyway, so if it was then the foulest stench she'd ever smelt in her life every single time. Oh, well, I can hear her voice going, "It is! It already is!" No.
Amy hates it because before you fart, you say, pull my finger.
Yeah.
No, I do that around the kids.
And all yours are loud. Always loud. You lift your leg up and go, "Wah," every time. And you're like, all right. You 37-year-old.
Oh.
But
Well,
yours
at least
also
I'm not
stink.
tooting and scooting and going and
I've
abandoning
got
my stench
methods
on
for
poor sods in
every
Asda.
situation I find myself. I got the toot and scoot, the plop and drop, you name it, and I've got a
The
rhyme.
plop and drop.
It's gonna make
Where are
it-
you plopping and dropping, please?
So you
When does this
plop
come
in
into play?
loads of loo roll if you're in a public space, and then you drop what you need to.
I can't
Flush
poo on loo
quick.
roll.
Let's go, Howdy.
I can't poo on loo
Hold on.
roll.
You can't poo on loo roll.
I need to hear the splash to make sure I'm well. I need to.
What?
I've got problems when it comes to pooing. I don't get it. I don't understand. Mentally, I'm not right. When it comes to pooing, that's my issue. That's my superpower. Fix that. Sorry, Mum, you're a cripple, but I'm fine with going to the toilet now. So, win-win. I could poo anyway. I could poo in the Weatherspoons.
That's the dream.
Strange,
That's the
strange
dream.
man. Right. If you don't love that episode, what's wrong with you? It was an awesome episode. You should love it because it was amazing. So tell everyone that you know. Don't greet them with the C word. Just say, hey, I've discovered the best new podcast. It's called the I Can't Believe You Asked That podcast. Where's it available? Your friend says. Oh, it's available everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. And you should tell everyone that you love it. You should subscribe to it. You should like it. You should retweet it or re-X it. Do whatever you like. Because just make sure you're here. Same time, next time. Ciao for now.
Ciao.